All right, welcome to the latest edition of the FPL America podcast. This is David Smith.
Travis Hoig.
Brian Shesko.
Gentlemen, Champions League started this week. This is not a Champions League podcast, but it has given us more information to be ready to try to deliver the nonsense that we bring on this podcast.
Dilly ding, dilly dong, man.
And it might.
So my mom always says.
It might bring more confusion. It might make it. Might bring some clarification. We shall see.
I doubt it.
Any nonsense that needs to be covered before we get started here?
Some controversy. If you want to, I don't want to start off by being controversial, but
okay. Yeah. Let's
do.
hear it.
I just think it's obvious. I got here a lot faster than I normally do because I hit mostly green lights.
Okay.
I just feel like you get faster.
I will
you get
say
places
this.
I was
faster.
really surprised. I heard the door open. I assumed it was going to be Dave.
Yes.
When it was Brian, I thought twice about. I was like, something's wrong.
Right.
How'd this happen?
When you get mostly green lights going from one place to another, you get there faster. I'm sorry.
Hot take.
Well, I was shocked. I'm not sure that's controversial. I was shocked when I got here.
I don't know what's controversial.
I know I was about 3 minutes late. I pulled in 3 minutes away from quote unquote arrive / get here time. And then we've dilly-dallied as the start time, and we're starting later than normal, but that's okay.
Great. You gave Brian plenty of time to
eat some chips.
Shovel in some chips.
Sure.
Can we get some more chips?
Real quick before we get started, if you had one chip for the rest of your life, where would you go?
Oh,
I know what my current go-to is every single time at a petrol store or a gas station.
Geez, don't even. He's never said petrol store in his life.
Stop pandering.
Maybe a little. So I know what mine is. And I feel like it. If a lot of people might not have had it, and it is absolutely bang
He likes
up.
ketchup chips.
What's yours? And you're wrong.
I would probably pick a salt and vinegar.
Okay.
A salt and vinegar chip of
Is there a
some
certain
kind.
brand that you feel like crushes? The kettle cooked?
I like Kettle. I honestly like
Kettle's good.
I like the vinegary ones. So Lay's does a good one.
Okay.
They're heavy on the vinegar.
The best one ever doesn't exist anymore. My favorite ever, Snyder's of Berlin, Western Pennsylvania. Potato.
They used to make. They still make pretzels.
Well, Snyder's still exists. It's just I think
They cut the salt and vinegar line.
Utz bought them.
I think you're right.
And ever since
you're
Utz
right.
took over Snyder's of Berlin, because there's Snyder's of Berlin and then there's Snyder's of Hanover. Those are two totally different Snyder's. Both Pennsylvania.
You're thinking of Hanover for pretzels.
Okay.
Yeah, Snyder's of Hanover definitely for pretzels.
Which
but
are good.
Snyder's of Berlin used to make their salt and vinegar chips used to be easily my favorite.
Wow.
And then since
Interesting.
Utz took over, I could look, fact check me in real time. This is my recollection of it. I just know that they have never been as good.
Okay. Travis,
Interesting.
your favorite chip?
I would probably go for either a sour cream and onion
Okay.
or an all dressed. I like an all dressed.
The all dressed.
Hey, have you had them Lay's the messy chips that are like Argentinian steak or something?
What?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of
I've
that.
never
It's
seen
like a
this.
specialty thing right this second. You
Really?
should go try to get those.
Hey,
I'm
wow,
kind of
that
curious.
sounds
I'll bet they
delicious.
taste good. What's yours?
Interesting.
Mine is the Frito-Lay honey twist.
Oh, those are good.
There's not much honey in it.
Yeah.
I don't know where the honey twist comes from. Easily,
They're-
I don't
What
know
is it?
what it
It's
is.
hard
Is it
not-
chip?
It's like a
it's like-
spiral Cheeto.
It looks like a rotini pasta,
Yeah.
Not a pretzel.
not a pretzel.
No.
But it's a corn chip.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's like a Frito
yum.
corn chip,
Yeah.
but looks like a rotini
Oh, yeah.
pasta.
I've seen
flavoring.
those. Yeah, those are good.
It's called like a flavor twist or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
It's
I've
like,
seen that.
It's a weird texture, but it works. It does work. I prefer that.
I don't know what they do.
That's a good one.
It is my go-to every
I could
time.
also go. I've never had a bad jalapeno chip.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Jalapeno
give it
chips
to you.
are.
Wow.
are
I think
so
we've
good.
basically determined that we can't just pick one.
Well, all this talk about chips then leads us into...
Can you send someone down with that basket?
They're all asleep, man.
What are we talking about?
Ryan's eating all Travis's kids' snack chips for his lunch.
Look,
lunches.
It was Champions League the last couple of days. We still have one more. We still have one more game. 2 more games. There's still 2 more Premier League related Champions League games.
City and Newcastle.
City and Newcastle both play tomorrow as we sit here right now on Wednesday.
Because there's 6 Premier League teams currently in the Champions League.
Right.
Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, City, Newcastle.
So yesterday, Dave, your team and Tottenham played not each other, but Arsenal Athletic. How did you feel about the lineup? It was normal. And I would say, everyone's obviously going to play their best lineup to start with here.
The one thing that was weird is Declan Rice didn't start.
Oh.
So it was Marino, Zubamendi, and my gosh.
I can't remember who though.
Maybe it was Declan Rice.
Are you sure?
Oh,
maybe it was Odegaard that didn't start.
Yeah.
I think it was Declan Rice. I'm sorry. Scratch that. It was Declan Rice didn't start in the Nottingham Forest game.
Right. Yes. He
I
came on.
I think that's what is in the back of my mind. He did start the Champions League game. Yeah. It was Odegaard, Zubamendi, and Marino that started in the Forest game relative to what we're talking about. Anyway, so, it was a pretty standard. I think most people could have predicted that lineup or been very close. I might have started Winieri instead of Marino, but Marino had been very hot coming off the international break, had a good game against Forest, and Arteta likes to ride the hot guy.
Gyökeres injured?
He had a gash in his head. He and Gabriel, friendly fire, going up to head.
He hurts everyone. Yeah, who else did he hurt? He hurt like 300 people in training.
That guy is like other than hurting himself, that's the only way he'll get hurt is if he hurts himself. I didn't see it at the time. That part of the game I missed. But supposedly from what I heard from Arsenal Fan TV was that it was like a gash, like a 2-inch gash. They did the old headband wrap and probably were assuming that it was going to need stitches afterwards. So
they rub the Vaseline on it and wrap it.
It was one of those. It looked like he was wearing a black headband. It's on some point
stylish,
but it was. But yeah, that's what that was. So he continued to play. Some people have suggested, is it possible he might be in some form of concussion protocol?
Doesn't exist, so there's no worry.
He stayed in the game. And
I'm sure it's fine.
Came out in the 68th minute.
Right. No, I know that just kind of curious, but barring...
I'm sorry, he came out in the 68th minute in the Forest game. I was looking at the
barring a development to that injury, same lineup against Manchester City on Sunday?
Yeah, probably.
Trossard and Martinelli not
the
starting.
Trossard is the question mark for me.
Even though they both Gyökeres.
Yeah, so
Gyökeres had a bad. Did you see Thierry Henry break down the?
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah,
I think everyone
it was a
agreed.
Great breakdown where your first touch has to be here, and then it cuts it off. So Thierry's spot on.
Do you think he hand delivered that analysis to Gyökeres after the game?
Probably.
That was really good, and then it doesn't help you that your two guys that are only good enough for the bench end up scoring and assisting each other.
So what I was going to say is this. Little insight. I had sources here, but they
dubious sources.
It came from interviews from either Trossard or Martinelli, probably Trossard, but that Arteta has had a talk with the team and emphasized the importance of closers or finishers. In other words, some people you could spin it multiple ways. You could spin it as, hey, you're not good enough to start, but I need you to be at your best when it's time to finish. Or there's multiple different ways. I don't think he obviously went into it and said, you're not good enough to start. But he probably went into it saying, look, we have a deep team with a lot of people who can start. And I need if you don't start, I need you to focus on in baseball. This is not a baseball podcast, but there are pitchers who are strictly closers and are brought in to be good at the end of the game. There's some guys who are starters. Yes, of course, you could get into the analysis of some guys can't throw that long or can't throw that hard as the closers do, and they just give it everything they got for an inning or two. Starters try to drag that out over 6 to 7 innings anymore. I mean, 5 to 6 probably.
I'm already bored.
Anyways, it's not a baseball podcast. The important thing, I never heard a manager phrase it. I'm not saying Arteta is some genius. I'm sure other managers have said this before. I had just never heard a manager speak in such a term that, like, I need you guys to embrace the role of finishing. And Trossard, since we've had him, has never really developed, unless there's been injuries, into a prime starting position. But almost every time he subs on, he makes things happen.
Yeah, he's your best player from minute 70 on.
Probably. And the stats will probably say that. Martinelli has done this before. He did this a little bit last year where he subbed on, and he was really, really good. So it's not a complete surprise to see them both come on and really, really turn the game around.
How long? Oh, Havertz is out till November. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. But Saka's out only a couple more weeks. He'll be back before.
28th is what they're
he'll be back before October, right?
The way Madueke's been playing, even though he hasn't gotten the score sheet yet, I don't think anyone is clamoring for, like, where's Saka? We got to have him back. You know,
that's why you brought him in, right? I mean,
correct.
And technically, you can play Eze on the right too,
correct?
Can't you? So,
correct.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you're hurting.
In years past, if you were to say Kai Havertz, Saka, and Odegaard are out for 5 to 6 weeks, we'd be like, oh boy, how can we survive these weeks?
How can we spin this in the press to make
now,
an excuse?
But now it's like, we'll be fine. But we haven't had this depth. I've been a fan.
That's fair.
Since I've been a fan of Arsenal Football Club, which goes back 15, 20 years, I don't ever remember having the depth that Arsenal has now from the back to front. Even a goalkeeper. If Kep had to come in, they'd be fine. I'm not saying he's as good as Raya. I'm just saying we'd be fine.
Honestly, with he might have played better than Raya last year.
What a career turnaround. I love it. It makes me happy.
Who?
Fine.
Kepa?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. To go, yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. So, anyways,
we can talk about transfers.
I don't think their performances today, getting back to your original point, I think, is going to affect them starting.
We'll talk about transfers in a bit, but City it's its own special sort of match. So I just wondered.
It's facts.
Things are going to change. Spurs, another clean sheet.
Yeah.
Probably lucky to end with 11. I thought Simone's should have gotten a second yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he didn't, honestly. But either way, doesn't matter. 1-0. Gave up some big chances, but otherwise another match where they got a lucky early goal, deflected early goal, and then not a whole lot. They had some fine possession, I guess, but whatever. They won again, and it was a clean sheet. And Romero and Van de Ven and Vicario are real good.
Yeah. Yeah. And relating that back to fantasy, I owned Van de Ven and Vicario from the beginning of the season. But it was mainly, number one, it was their schedule. And also just believing that Thomas Frank is going to manage differently than Ange, and their defense is going to be better because they do have talent there.
They're going to have the same problem that anyone who doesn't have a real natural finisher is going to have, because Richarlison can play real hard, but even in this game, like, gets a yellow card, doesn't. It's kind of whiny whenever he doesn't get the ball exactly where he wants it.
He and Brennan Johnson did not start this past weekend in the Premier League when they played. Why can I not find oh my gosh.
Yeah.
West Ham. The West Ham game.
Right.
Like, as a Brennan Johnson owner, I started thinking, they're playing West Ham's horrible defense.
Yeah, it was not.
Let's go.
It wasn't great.
And Brennan Johnson doesn't start. And I know a lot of people started Richarlison, and obviously he did not start. And they both subbed on, of course, which is the worst.
They premier injuries has Solanke about a week away.
Okay.
I imagine he doesn't come straight back in to start.
Richarlison,
But if Solanke,
Tell is hurt.
Solanke was already on the as the summer moved on, there were more and more people who were moving Solanke into their so many of those end of summer drafts, as the season was about to start, and then he got injured before you were going to start the season, so it kind of saved everybody the hassle of having to transfer him back out again. But no, I think everyone, if you get a really good Dominic Solanke in this team, it still has the potential to be extremely good. It's just whatever. I think 1-0. Nobody really wants 1-0 that much. Travis, your favorite team, Chelsea. I'm just kidding. Liverpool, another miracle. Does the Isak starting? Does that matter? It seems like it matters.
It does. It matters in that he's likely to end up in that position for multiple weeks, especially given the fact that he didn't come off at halftime or before halftime, which was something that Slot discussed. He got almost a full 60. He looked gassed inside of 30 minutes, but then all of a sudden he didn't.
Okay.
It was really strange. It literally looked like he lost his breath and he couldn't catch it, and then all of a sudden he was fine.
Second win.
He was fine. All that to say, though, I was pleasantly surprised. He came very, very close to doing what Ekitike did. He played well, combined very well with the players on the pitch, which is good. So I think the team is grafting, and I think that there was always a risk integrating a new player when you are already grafting in so many others. But against Atletico early, especially, seeing him come in and the team score quickly, multiple times quickly.
Even though he wasn't involved, correct?
No, he was.
I haven't seen those highlights.
No,
but
he was not involved.
Robertson scored.
Well, Robertson did not score.
Right.
Robertson did score. He's already asked for the Puskas.
He did not mean to. He was trying to get out of the way of the Salah cross.
It hit him in the back of his calves,
and it went in
and deflected in.
Another Salah.
He claimed
another
it.
Salah miracle.
Yeah,
he claimed it, of course.
Yeah.
That said, though, he combined well. But again, I think there's a lot of evaluation of Isak's play. That talks about how he's not an assist maker, right? He's the hockey assist guy, right? He's the one that is
Isak is?
That is, yeah. And I say it every week, and I will say it again. Adam Cleary is phenomenal, and he's done a tremendous breakdown of that. And one of Isak's main qualities is being the guy that makes the pass to the guy that makes the assist, right? Or makes the run, or makes the thing,
goals,
which is great. But his assist numbers are relatively low, right? So he didn't score, but I think he definitely combined well and helped to make some of that stuff happen.
Who had the final pass on Salah's goal? Who was that play?
See, I haven't seen that highlight. I just heard about it. Matt said Salah took on 3 guys.
It was really and Matt's right. It was really nice.
It was good.
I thought. It was him.
It was grabbing
pitter-pattering through a bunch of people.
It was Gravenberch. I thought maybe, but yeah, it was Gravenberch.
Gravenberch.
Relating this to
Gravenberch played amazing.
Right, so how does this affect Ekitike, right? Because
it affects him exactly the way that it affected him against Atletico. It seems
Ekitike
as though
will sub on.
It seems as though
his
the
starting
team is
position is now gone.
Yeah, it seems as though the team is committed to getting one of the best strikers in the world integrated.
And you're right, Dave, from what you said before. What the suspicion was that they are both 9s.
Correct.
There is no.
And Slot made it very clear they are both 9s. That is their best position.
Right.
He indicated what everyone's been speculating. Yes, Cody Gakpo could come off the pitch, and Ekitike could play on the left.
Okay.
That
Isak's-
said, he agrees that, one, that's not a great idea because their best position is 9, and Cody Gakpo's been playing quite well. Which again, he acknowledges all of that. It was also a glimmer of something in his post match as well, talking about how they could potentially play together, which is interesting as like a left-sided striker, like together as
4-4-2?
strikers. Yeah, that's
essentially.
What it sounded like, which
But
is
at the
new
moment-
information.
But at the moment, what everyone thought would eventually happen, although albeit sooner than I expected. But I made a transfer today. Once I saw that Ekitike did not start this match, I'm like, all right, well, that's it. It's done. It's sooner.
Yeah.
It's sooner rather than I thought. I would have. I probably, like most Liverpool people, probably figured that Isak would come on after 60 minutes.
One of two people's minutes were going to be hit by Isak coming in, Ekitike or Gakpo. I think odds were on Ekitike, even though he's had a barnstorming start. Because Gakpo's also played pretty well, and is a natural left-sided winger, right? So what happened was not surprising, and I do think that was probably the right move to move on.
It wasn't surprising. I was surprised at how quickly it happened. I did not expect it to happen before this weekend.
It wasn't a secret. It wasn't a secret by any stretch of the imagination. I think Slot has been very forthcoming in saying he's going to start.
Okay.
He indicated that a little bit. He was a little aloof about it, but it was pretty clear. It was in his mind that he was going to start.
Did you think he was going to start?
Yeah,
He
was. Yeah, every Liverpool fan site expected him to start, not out of clamoring to see him play for the first time, but because that's what Slot indicated.
Okay.
And the idea was 45 to 60 minutes, and he got almost 60.
So Ekitike's ownership is at 29.8.
Yeah, which
And
I don't
so
think is
that's
a bad own,
obviously
but he's too expensive
fast math
as a
here.
second striker.
Rounded up. Okay.
So
So
his minutes are going to be affected, but remember, here's the other thing that we are at Liverpool fans are very quick to forget about. Isak can't, even when he's fit, he can't stay fit.
Okay.
He cannot play week in, week out.
well, still, I don't care about
you
that.
can't count on Ekitike starting every
exactly.
match.
That's
and
what I want.
It makes him not really worth an own.
Absolutely.
Because there are a lot of
Unless
other
Isak
strikers.
gets hurt, and we're going to bowl for strikers in a minute.
Yeah.
But unless Isak gets hurt, then there is 0% that anyone needs to own Ekitike. Period.
Yeah,
Like, that decision is now. It is that ship.
That's
has
maybe
sailed.
a little heavy-handed, but I would agree.
Why?
I won't own it. I won't own it
Because
for
here's
that
the other
reason.
thing too,
Yeah.
and whether or not this is me looking too deep into it, Ekitike, how many sitters? I saw him miss one today on the champion,
He missed a pretty big
but
one. At
but
the
he
end.
missed two. From what one of them was really big.
If Salah doesn't
And
pass
so-
it where
Yeah.
it's
It was at his
bounces up into the
shin.
ground.
Yeah, it was in his shin.
My point being is,
but it was. It was. He. Yeah.
up
it was
until
not-
today, any chance that Ekitike, legitimate chance he had to score in preseason or the first 4 games of the Premier League season, he buried in the back of the net. And now all of a sudden, he's like, he was showing, hey, I'm the guy. You don't need Isak. I'm the guy. And especially for the first 2 weeks, it looked like the Isak thing wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Then it did. I've been on the train this whole time about, and look, I will probably, I'm sure, like most things, will be proven wrong eventually. My thing is, Ekitike came to Liverpool thinking, because there was no Isak talk when he was signed, that I'm going to be playing the 9. And then right up until the end of the deadline, obviously everyone knows the story, all of a sudden Isak comes barnstorming in, and Ekitike's got to be like, what am I, chopped liver? All I've done is produce for Liverpool.
Right.
He comes in and subs in, and all of a sudden he's not as sharp.
So he got asked about that on international duty.
I don't think that is by chance.
No, I don't think that Slot was hiding that from him by any stretch of the imagination. That's just not the way he does things. But Ekitike did get asked about that. It looks like Isak's coming, or Isak's been signed, or whatever. I think he had been signed at that point.
Right.
Does that cause a problem for you? And his response was something to the effect of, "There's only one person in Liverpool who has a problem with that, and that's the manager. He's the one that has to decide. So I need to do everything I can to make sure that I make it even harder.
That's a politically
for him
correct thing to
decide,
say,
right? But honestly, he's the type of kid though. That's how he head down. That's how he is. Even just looking at, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, watching him against Newcastle was an absolute breath of fresh air. Simply because Newcastle did their typical Newcastle thing where they're trying to get at him. It was push off the ball, push, trying to do what many people have had success against Darwin Nunez with.
Probably not Bruno Guimaraes. There's no way he would do that.
Oh yeah,
never.
Joel Linton, Bruno Guimaraes,
he wouldn't do that.
Never.
All these guys. So there's all these videos, and the whole time he's just hands up, head down. He's just, I'm not getting into it. He's just taking it. He's getting bumped around, and of course, other Liverpool players are coming around and be like, "Come on, back off, get off of him, protect him in a little bit." But the fact of the matter was, like, he was so chill. He has like a smile on his face. He's fine. And at that point, we're not winning, right? But it was just like the mentality there is, I'm gonna play my game, and there's nothing you can do to knock me off of it.
Right? I hear you. I would just say, and we can move on. Don't confuse him playing in the game in his starting 9 position,
right?
And now all of a sudden he's coming off the bench, because I guarantee you he was starting in his last team, and I guarantee you when he came to Liverpool he was expecting to be starting because the Isak talk hadn't started happening yet. So I will keep banging that drum.
That Isak's been that talk's been going for a long time.
Anyways, all right.
I bet Arsenal was involved, and they probably were talking to his agent.
We can talk about.
I'm not going to get rope-a-doped into that.
I want to talk about Salah in a minute. He was extremely good today too. The other game was Chelsea-Bayern. Chelsea got caned. Bayern
did get caned. Well done.
Oh man,
that was not a penalty, by the way.
Sure it was.
Who knows?
He is so good at laying down.
I did think that was a penalty.
It was so soft. He was looking for
was aggressive. Kane is not.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
was purposely getting his body in the way, and Kane did what he had to do to get. I'm not saying that it wasn't like a clip. It was a penalty.
Soft.
Yet again, watching Michael Elise makes me sad.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Just that not having to watch him only for Bayern.
Did you hear what Thierry said about that? Not that this is a Champions League podcast, but
no.
He was like, "How did every Premier League team let him get out of the league?"
I have no idea.
For nothing, basically.
It doesn't.
It was so inexpensive.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So that's kind of the
but no, it doesn't.
Crack the Heineken
it doesn't.
moment.
Does that do anything for the Chelsea people? I mean, I guess we can talk
Cole
about
Palmer
that.
scored a great goal.
Yeah, his goal was fantastic.
It was meaningless, but it was a great goal.
So Palmer scores again. He also scored on the weekend when he subbed on.
Right.
Yeah.
So
hey, 2 open play goals. That's what everybody was waiting for.
Things getting a little chilly.
I agree.
I think things are getting
it made
a little
me reconsider his ownership for sure.
I guess tomorrow I expect Manchester City and Newcastle will have very normal lineups as well. So, but barring an
Newcastle is going to go all out and try and. I mean, they're playing Barcelona.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course, they're going to put a lineup out there. This is what they've been waiting for.
If you guys want to continue the striker talk of because in this,
there's a lot of striker talk.
Yeah, you have a lot of striker issues.
Yeah, everyone's buying Chris Wood now.
Oh my God. Dave is not using information he's hearing while we're sitting here talking to make his decision. He's already made a transfer decision. Dave, why don't you tell the folks at home what you did with your transfer as we enter into...
You sold Ekitike, which you mentioned.
Leave
right?
Dilly ding, dilly dong, and now we talk about dongy, dill, dingy, dill.
I guess this is an early night move. This was
forwards galore.
The move was made at night and a little bit earlier than normal. Ekitike had to go. I wanted to get on the train faster than anyone could at getting rid of Ekitike. And in a weird move, I know that this is ridiculous, but I wanted to get it before the price change happened. But Erling Haaland is now on my team, although I will probably bench him this weekend.
That's a great move then.
So it really is foolish because you brought in someone that you're going to bench.
You really think that he's not going to find a way to sneak something in against you guys?
When was the last time he did that?
I don't know. When was the last time you spent that much money and then shoved it in?
A couple
into
matches ago.
Yeah, no, he hardly touches the ball.
We'll see. You guys should put a bet of some kind on it. No, that's the
He
move.
might get a garbage time goal.
They still count.
Maybe
they still count.
Maybe
that's the move. That's the obvious move. Holland is. I've got all kinds of numbers for the season so far, just because I feel like that's the only. I don't know what last week really tells us about almost anything, but we could talk about that too. Do you want like the compare and contrast from this season, from last season to this season?
Last season was a
the first 6
unicorn.
games last season, he was ridiculous.
That's
right. He had 9 goals in the first. He had 9 goals in the first 4 games.
Yeah,
wow.
That's
so
insane.
But he was leading. We talked about it a lot last year. We talk about it again this year. He is number 1, and in most cases number 1 by a wide margin in every statistical category, every attacking category. And it last year he had an immediate competitor through the first 4 games, and that was Mo Salah. That obviously that competition is
over.
It's not even close. This season so far through 4 games. But no, I totally understand why you did that. Seems like he's the second most obvious player to transfer in. The first most obvious player to transfer in is not a forward, so you can't really talk much about Antoine Semenyo.
Right.
But he's far and away the most transferred in this week. But I get it. I mean, that would be the move that I would be trying to make. I can't do it without taking a hit.
I took a hit.
You did take a hit to do this.
Because it felt that important. And
this should have happened. I feel like it should have happened. I know there's a lot of funny people out there who are saying his blank against Burnley in a few weeks is going to be the most hilarious blank in FPL history. But I don't know. I think that is part of, we could put it into like wild card strategy, because that was part of my reason for not wild carding this week.
Right.
Was that 1, it would be to find a way to make Holland get into my team, but 2, I don't really love bringing him in.
I know.
Ahead of Arsenal.
I know.
I like it more after Arsenal.
Yeah.
So but I get it for pricing, for whatever.
Yeah, I looked at the bank and I'm like, all right, well, I have a 0.2 in the bank, but I was concerned that number 1, Holland's price went up tonight.
Okay.
So he's already now at a 14.2. I bought him at a 14.1.
Mm-hmm.
And I was concerned that Brennan Johnson, who I owned, that his price might drop. And so all of a sudden now there's a 0.2 differential.
You and I are the only 2 people on earth that have him. So unless I drop him, I don't think his price is going to go down.
Well, maybe. But my concern is he didn't start this past week, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. If you can't, this is too early in the season. Like, if you can't start and there's not a reason, then see you later.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I actually brought in another Spur for Brennan Johnson.
Kudos.
No, I couldn't afford him. I had to drop
Sar.
I did. I brought in Sar.
Yeah.
But it was mainly because I don't know. I mean, I kind of like the guy. So it always helps if you like the guy, Brian. But
yeah, it makes them perform better.
I still he started every match for the Spurs.
When you feel better and when they like
play
them
better.
Exactly.
It's really good.
Yeah.
He starts every game for Spurs. The Spurs continue to have a pretty good lineup. And so anyways, but as my now cheapest midfielder, I'm not going to be relying on him. But if I had to, he could get a 6. And every once in a while he scores.
I understand.
Look, out of the 4 match weeks, he's pointed in 2 of them. He had 6 against Burnley and he had 8 against West Ham this past week. So he had a 1 against City and a 2 against Bournemouth. So
yeah, he can get points just like any other warm body. He can do something
at a 5-0.
If things were different, he might have scored more.
So,
exactly.
Dave,
He could have had a hat trick.
What you want to talk about after Erling Haaland with all of these forwards is the list after that. It's I would
Awesome.
say, oh yeah.
Well, it's like
It's less daunting than the midfielder list, but it's still, you can go.
if you're wild carding, you have a lot of decisions because
I could see 8 of the 9 of the most transferred in. You could talk me into 8 of the 9
Yeah.
of them.
like Holland, obviously Joao Pedro,
Mm-hmm.
Gyökeres
Yeah.
is at least in the conversation.
Yep. He
Okay.
would be in the conversation.
I don't think Richarlison is. I would be worried because he didn't start this past week.
That
Same
was
thing with
high
Ekitike.
altitude. They talked about that. It's
Yeah,
because
'cause
they
he was
played
just
in
coming
they
back.
played in Bolivia.
Okay.
And they said that was one of them. It was one of the most physically taxing matches in world football.
They
And
didn't
so
want
he
him to
was-
get the bends.
right. But
and then you get to Evan Nielsen.
you could talk me
who
into
I-
Evan
and-
Nielsen.
who I
and
had owned.
maybe if you need to go cheap in an area, the Sunderland Isidore. Did I say that right? Is
You
that-
added an extra syllable
is
in
it
there.
worth Isidore?
You sure? Why
There's
not?
no A in there, is there, Travis? I'm just saying, like,
Your guess is as good as mine.
would you rather go there than Mark Gahey of back at Chelsea, who's probably Gahey. Mark
The
Gahey
same.
plays
They're
for
all the
Crystal
same.
Palace.
Don't
Mark Gahey plays for
besmirch the
GU.
good name of Mark Gahey with
Understood.
the-
GU.
with
Okay.
a Chelsea.
Yes, I'm well
forward
aware
who's-
who Mr.
who
Gahey is.
What? Why do you want to get all these price rises? Do what I did. Lose 2/10 on Ollie Watkins. Lose a
Amen.
tenth on Gio.
Who?
You got to lose a 10th
Ollie
on.
Watkins?
You got to
Who?
lose a 10th on
He's gonna
Chris
light
Wood.
it up now.
Uh,
Has Villa scored a goal yet?
No.
no,
Oh, that is painful.
they
Wow.
did in the.
I don't
they
know
did in their. They did in their other competition today finally, but they ended up losing again. I think.
Wow.
Is it the milk cup?
I tell you who, someone might be on the hot seat over there. Mr. Emery.
Whatever, man.
Nah.
No way.
Villa has much more patience than
In the
Marco
Wolves.
Bizot, man, he's going to bring him
Than
back
Arsenal.
to. He's
All right.
going to bring him back to prominence. Yes, they lost to Brentford in the EFL Cup. Lost in penalties,
interesting.
but they did score a goal. So at least
They
that,
scored.
yeah.
Broke the duck.
All right. Anyways, so again, if you're
oh, why am I
Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Harvey Elliott was the one who's scored the goal for them.
all right. Bottom line is, there's a lot of striker options, Brian. Right? If you could pick 3.
Well, that's the problem.
Oh, and then of course, and obviously Isak now is in the conversation.
Did he say?
I don't think he's in it.
Voltemade?
What do you mean? Oh,
he
and
talk about
no,
the-
He
I
said Voldemort.
no, I did not. I said Voltemade and his celebration.
You definitely
was like-
didn't say Mateta.
Well,
He did earlier.
I did earlier, and
Okay.
I just hadn't got to it. And Mateta. So I was kind of going down the prices.
Did you say Beto?
No,
No.
but that was
Definitely did not say.
It's one I considered, honestly,
Watch Beto
but,
score this weekend.
he almost scored this weekend.
He probably will.
Mateta for the reasons, not that you might bring him into your team, but if you're wild carding, you might move him out of your team based on some of the info that's coming out.
Yeah, there's the quotes from Glasner about him not being able to, like him being a little on the tired side
And just
not
up for some rotation.
right, which could happen, which of course needs to happen for pretty much
Who else do
everybody.
they even have?
They have
Edouard.
No, they either sold him or loaned him. I think they sold
No,
him.
Edward's
have?
not gone. It was
They have
it's
Uche.
your guy. It's your guy.
Nketiah,
It's Eddie Nketiah.
but
he was
is
hurt.
But he is hurt.
So what?
He's lightly hurt.
He'll be fine.
He's always lightly hurt.
He's got a hammy.
Say what you always
Um,
say, Dave. Rub some dirt on it.
Rub some dirt on it. So, but Voltemade, absolutely, with Newcastle needs to be discussed.
People bringing him in second
Eddie's
most. Only Holland has more transfers in.
Edouard is still with them.
I just don't know
No,
if
he's
I'm.
not.
I don't. I get. Look,
Why is he on the Why is he on Dennery's
scores a goal, gets some bonus points against Wolves. Upcoming for Newcastle. I feel like I've had this thing in my mind where their fixtures are good. At Bournemouth is not good.
It's not good. Agree.
So that's a less than good fixture.
It's not home Mars.
FPL color-coded rating calls Bournemouth away a gray fixture. Then they're home to Arsenal. That's not a good fixture, even at home. That's why it's red.
But it's not a 5 red. It's
Then
just
they're
a 4
home
red.
to Nottingham Forest and at Brighton, which those are probably fine. Then they're home to Fulham. That's probably fine.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of gray. It's a lot of mostly that's okay.
This is a Newcastle that's ready to go, man.
Sure. And he's ready to go, and it's a good performance for him, and I'm sure it feels great. But don't forget, Yohan Wissa just wasn't ready. He hurt his knee. He wasn't ready for this.
I think he'll start in
international
concert.
Sure.
with
They'll play
Voltemade.
together. I'm just saying
Voldemort.
Wissa's cheaper.
Voltemade is a 7-0 and owned 2.6%
Wait.
at the moment.
No, Wissa is not cheaper.
Vissa is probably
Wissa is 7.5.
7.5.
Right. But
Unknown return date.
yeah,
is what the FPL
He'll-
page says.
he'll be fine in a couple weeks.
okay. We're just talking about this week. Not talking about
Plus, Anthony Gordon's got to come back off of his
Yep.
suspension. So there's
That's
a
a
lot
good
of,
point.
to me, like, this isn't
But
a.
Gordon can shift
Gordon's
back to
a
the
shout.
right.
I know. I'm not
Gordon's a
saying he's
shout.
going to
I
start
like
over.
I
I'm
like
not going to
Gordon.
say start in place of him. I'm just saying there's a lot of moving parts here to the Newcastle offense.
Okay. But this is a striker
Right.
conversation.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So we should talk about Edouard. He actually went to Lens, just so you know.
Yeah. See,
I looked it up finally.
told you.
He's not in the game.
Dave, you have Joao Pedro or you do not have
I
Joao
do.
Pedro?
I've had Joao Pedro from the
the
beginning.
second luckiest return of the game week.
I'll take it.
Also
Yeah.
coming back from altitude.
Right. Still probably as safe of a choice as there is in the game, so completely understandable. If I was smart, I would probably trade Chris Wood for Joao Pedro while we're sitting here.
Why
but-
don't you do that?
You know what?
Because
That's the move that I'm gonna make to honor the bet or the
Oh.
commitment that I made.
I like
Chris
this.
Wood to
That's
Joao
right.
Pedro.
This is
Well,
exactly when you should.
I've got all kinds of issues.
Because if I were
have-
smart, I would just do what Brian says he would do if he was
I
smart.
have a
that's what
wild
you
card
claimed you
amount
would
of
do.
problems in my team, though, but I'm not crazy about wild carding this week.
I agree with that.
Agree.
However, I've already activated my wild
But
card
this
and
is
made all my
exactly why.
transfers.
Looking down through this list, I mean, this is exactly it. Like, after Holland, so then the way to get to Holland in my team, I could shuffle some things around, but mostly it requires me getting rid of Salah. Now, I don't know. I'm just not as, I'm not as crazy about dumping Salah to kicking him to the curb.
You just saw one Champions League match
He
and
looked-
you're ready to.
He looked like he belonged on the field again. He looked like himself.
No,
honestly.
but also I think if we want to extend it into too many players, this is a great time to transition to too many
Let's
players.
Talk about some statistics.
And we'll transition to that by talking very quickly, just as a quick note about Mo Salah, by the way.
Okay.
Game weeks 1 to 4 last season, 2024-25 Premier League season. At this point, Salah had 43 FPL points.
Okay.
He was second only to Erling Haaland.
Okay.
He was tied for fourth in shots.
Okay.
13 shots. He had 8 of his 13 shots on target. Only Haaland had more shots on target than he did.
Okay.
At this point, Mo Salah had 3 goals, all from open play, which was second only to Erling Haaland's 9 that he had through the first 4
Okay.
games. Salah's XG was 1.99, which was 6th best for
Yikes.
midfielders.
Wow.
He had 43 touches in the opposition box, which was number 1 overall.
It's as many fantasy points as he had.
He had 3 assists, tied for first overall. He had created 6 chances, which was whatever. Lots of people had more. But 4 of the 6 chances were big chances created, which was number 1 overall. So Salah was not Haaland level, but he was
Good.
It's pretty good.
was very good.
Yeah.
Game week 4 this season, Mo Salah has 25 FPL points,
18 less, fast math.
tied for 10th overall. Yet, he's still tied for the third most for midfielders. So he's still the third highest scoring midfielder. I know he's expensive.
Yeah.
I know you're about to scream.
You think?
He's only taken 5 shots.
That's what you want from your best player.
No, you don't. Which is 9th overall, tied for 9th most overall, 8th most for midfielders. I don't want that. Only 3 shots on target, not even worth comparing him to anyone. He's scored 2 goals from
One from the
0
penalty spot.
from open play.
0 from open play. His non-penalty XG is 0.57.
No, he got one in the Newcastle game from
Oh,
open
true.
play.
That was open.
You're right.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
His non-penalty XG is 0.57. If you like a comparative player for that number, it's actually lower than Stock from Leeds and something called Diarra from Sunderland.
Something.
Those two have generated a non-penalty XG through 4 games of 0.58.
Oh, okay. So
25 touches in the opposition box, still fine. Tied for 5th overall. He's the fourth most midfielder.
tippy, tippy, tappy, tap.
1 assist, 5 chances created. Same kind of meh as last year at this point, but 3 big chances created, which is tied for 2nd most overall.
All right.
That's his one unlucky bit, is that he's created 3 big chances and has 1 assist to show
Okay.
for it. I'm just saying, like,
Okay, so hold on. I feel like at some point you're going to load me up with some golden nugget on why people should go to him at this point
I'm
or
just-
stay with him.
the reason why I would just say
His ownership is at, God bless, what's wrong with this world? 53.7%.
boring and easy.
Wow.
Boring and easy and
You don't
historically
have to think about it.
useful.
Right. He's
What's
not
it, 5 years running he's been the top
he's only
scorer?
the best player
Like that?
in Premier League history. He's better than Maradona. That's what you always say. Look, I'm just saying it's
Never
because
said it.
look at this. We're
Never
saying
said
too
it.
many players, and the reason why
He's outscored his teammate Cody Gakpo by 2 points through the first 4, and he's half the price Gakpo is.
I'm not saying that it's not better to
And he's
have
benefited.
Gakpo.
He'd only have that because the Burnley guy turned with his elbow in the air.
I mean,
Gosh,
that's one way
I
to
tell
look
you
at
what.
it. The other way to look at it is he threw his elbow out there to stop the ball.
No, that guy, did you see his face afterwards?
He
was
was
soul crushed that he allowed that. Like because he
Oh, I
knew
saw.
he knew how hard his team had fought to get that 0-0, and then once again, here we go.
he comes
Liverpool
on for 12 minutes. at the
Liverpool
end of the game.
gets bailed out at the end of a game again.
It's crazy how they just keep getting bailed out 6 times in a row.
Yeah,
I just
know.
feel like
it is crazy.
looking through the list
Through
top
excellent
scorers,
play.
top point scorers, top statistical leaders. There are too many people. I feel like it's just, I don't want to call it paralysis by analysis. I don't want to just say that there's 15 players and you just have, it's, functionally like an infinite number of choices in front of you, so you don't know which one to pick. But when I look through the list and I'm like, all right, well, either it's people that I already know, like Holland, like the comparative from.
Do you own Holland now?
I don't.
Okay.
I only have a card of him that Travis gave me. I traded a Jota for Holland. The issue is Holland's your leader in every attacking category. Plus, he's the number 1 overall scoring player. So, but he's also really expensive.
He's cheaper than Salah.
Right, but you could have gotten the same. You could have gotten similar numbers of points for way less. If you want to do points per pound, you could have gotten similar at this point without having Holland.
With Joao Pedro,
Right.
which 33 for Pedro, 37 for Holland.
Yeah, there you go.
There's no reason you can't own both.
That's like even though they're not in the same team, that's Gakpo and Salah. What do you need Haaland for? You can get Joao Pedro to have someone head the ball into his shoulder, which then deflects off of him and then goes into the path of the guy that scores the goal. And that's how you get an assist.
Okay, great.
No, but look.
Yes.
Points are points.
I know.
As this podcast has said for a long time.
Right, and that's why even this week, like,
but Salah doesn't have points.
not yet.
Okay. Well,
Why will he
everyone
just not have points from now on?
he won't have points that demand his price.
Probably not. And that's why, like, I think on the data so far, yeah, he is, and everyone is going to point to a heat map and hugging the touchline and plays too wide, and every year that same thing, and it's been pointed out by almost anyone who's done the analysis on this for years and years. Everyone has said that at some point, and then
he goes off,
and then there's a haul. So it doesn't have to stay like that. I think what I still agree with is, and I think it's not crazy to say it, he's not going to match his numbers from last year. We've already talked about that. The numbers, his price is based on his last year's performance, and I think everyone agrees he is not going to repeat that. So the issue is, if you do what you're going to do, like where you would just say, if like an easy move, I think it's an agreeable move. Should have probably started this way. No Salah, Gakpo instead. Fine. You still feel pretty good. You've gotten almost an equal number of points. Completely fine. And move that money to Haaland.
Right.
Just go ahead and shift it forward. Take that guy who's still maintaining the same type of thing. It's that we said it before. All now, like Cole Palmer, it takes him having a league performance where he comes off the bench and scores a goal.
Correct.
Scores in the Champions League. And now everyone wants to buy him again.
And now he's back in the conversation.
Right. So he's 10.4. So if you wanted to go Salah to Palmer, I could do that.
And then you get $4 extra pound dollars to spend.
I'd go straight to McDonald's with that.
You could own the rest of the Arsenal defense for that.
Right. You could move almost any of the players that you have in defense up to Timber Calafiori. You could move up to
Gabriel.
Right. Or
Raya.
Exactly.
I'm only saying that because the amount of clean sheets. I mean, it took a worldie from Szoboszlai. Otherwise, they'd have 0 goals scored against them in the league.
So, and then the next obvious guy is, I was going to say, it's either people that you know that you want or people you already have. So based on percentages, like where's Semenyo now? He's over 40%. That was an obvious move. That was my move last week. It got me a red arrow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. This season is just unbelievable so far. But like, look at here's your shot leaders. Here's your snapshot. Shots so far this season. Haaland, number 1, 19 shots. Second is Semenyo and Brian Mbeumo with 12.
Okay.
So there's a 7-shot gap between Haaland and second place.
It's pretty significant this early in the season.
Yes, it's giant. Third place, 11 shots. Evan Nielsen, Gakpo, David Brooks.
Oh, D. Brooks?
Yes.
Wow.
Fourth place for shots, old 2-game Gordon, Anthony Gordon, Jared Bowen, who no one wants.
Unfortunately.
Stock.
That's interesting. Oh, Stock.
And who from your team?
Szoboszlai.
Yes. Yes, you're right. Szoboszlai. 10 shots for Szoboszlai so far this season.
And he's played half the season right back.
That's true.
And then Cole Palmer, Joao Pedro, Bruno Fernandes, 9 shots each. So that's the top of your charts. Stock, Szoboszlai, Jared Bowen. Like, no one's rushing to those guys, but they're a stat category. They're at the top of a stat category. Haaland, Mateta, they're your shots on target leader right now. Mateta has 6 shots on target, which is second most of all players. And then it's Semenyo, Brian Mbeumo, Cunha, LOL. Jared Bowen, 5 shots on target each. Like, that doesn't matter. Cunha's hurt. West Ham sucks. You're not moving to those guys. Chris Wood, 4 shots on target, along with Paqueta and Callum Wilson.
How many minutes has he played?
That's what I'm saying.
How many minutes has he played? It can't be more than
Doesn't matter.
50.
None of this matters. You're not buying any of these people. Shots in the box. Haaland, 18. Semenyo, 11. That's first and second. Another 7-shot gap for shots in the box between Haaland and second place. Then it's Evan Nielsen again, 10 shots in the box, along with Brian Mbeumo. I think we're seeing hopefully you're seeing an Mbeumo pattern here.
But it's not showing yet. That's what's so frustrating.
Shots in the box, 4th most, Ollie Watkins, David Brooks, Chris Wood, Richarlison, and Kevin Shada. Shada feels like he hasn't barely played either.
Yeah.
What's hilarious is players this season, they can't even get 9. Someone can't get 9 shots in the box. Big chances. Haaland 9, Semenyo 6, Gyökeres 4, and then a whole bunch of guys with 3, including Enzo Fernandez, Ismail Assar, Mateta, Rodrigo Muniz, Anthony Gordon again.
Rodrigo Muniz,
Jaden, your guy, Anthony, 3 big chances. But that's like, so what? Like, those are the top, that's what you want. I want the guy with the most big chances. And right now, that's Haaland, Semenyo, and Gyökeres. But how much has Gyökeres done so far?
He's got 3 goals in 4 games.
That's
not bad.
That's okay.
He's got 24 points. He's behind. No, I can't read. God bless, I need glasses. He's got 20 points. Yeah, he's got 20 points. He's netted it. He's 50% netting in games at the moment.
Your leader in touches in the opposition box for the season through 4 game weeks, Yankuba Minta. 32 touches in the box.
Who would have picked that?
Second is Jack Grealish with 30.
Wow.
Third is Brian Mbeumo again.
Okay.
And your guy, Madueke, 28.
Yeah.
Haaland, the one category, he's not number 1, 27 touches in the opposition box. It's still 2 more than Salah, who's tied for 5th with Semenyo.
Mm-hmm.
Chances created. So what? Bruno's leading the way again. 14 chances created.
Unbelievable.
Stock, second with 11 chances.
I love saying his name.
Stack.
I can't believe that he hasn't produced more fantasy points. With
Dewsbury
all the
Hall.
categories he's up in the top of.
Dewsbury Hall, Jack Grealish, and James Ward-Prowse, 10 chances created each. That's third most. And then Mbeumo.
You brought Grealish in?
Brian Mbeumo. And
yeah.
Mbeumo is fourth for chances created as well. I mean, he's kind of all over this list, at or near the top of everything.
So you're bringing him in?
Why would you not bring in Grealish? Now, I understand. Actually, this is a perfect week to do it. In a Merseyside derby, what? It's not like Liverpool holds clean sheets. Now, I will say it does feel like every time they play Everton, it's like a 0-0.
It's a wild.
Or a 1-0 game, right?
Tarkowski's going to do what Liverpool does. He's going to score another game tying goal in the 90 plus 15.
Liverpool defense is not something. I mean, honestly, I'm not trying to. It's going to sound hateful. I'm not trying to hate, but statistically, you can target them offensively. I mean, I would start offensive players against them.
Yeah.
Normally, now in the Merseyside derby, maybe you don't. I don't know if I'm going to start Grealish or not. Statistically, I should, judging based on what Brian just said. I joked with my brother earlier today that Grealish might not do much, but he'll probably draw a penalty on Konate. And that it might in the end of the game it'll be 1-0.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, or something, right?
Yeah.
But
and die.
Liverpool's defense has not been as strong as they have been in the past years. Not yet. Again, I'm not saying they can't get there.
I agree with that.
But not yet. Fair. Their goal threat, you could argue, is easily stronger than it has been in the last couple of years, and they've never really had a problem scoring goals. So, anyways.
David Brooks leading the Premier League in big chances created through 4 weeks.
Shocking, actually.
4 big chances created for David Brooks.
Just doesn't have anything to show for it.
Dewsbury Hall, Joao Pedro, Mo Salah, Bernardo Silva quietly having a very effective,
Interesting.
if not
Creation. I'm not sure it's
game.
translated to fantasy points yet.
No, but he's still reliable. You're not buying him. I'm just saying. And Jack Grealish, three big chances created. What's hilarious is looking through like the top XG players, where it's Haaland, Semenyo, Gyökeres, Bruno Fernandes, Enzo Fernandez, 5th highest XG so far this season,
So
1.87.
That's weird.
Dilly-dallied around that earlier in the season. I mean, Enzo hasn't been a slouch this season.
No.
No.
Brian Mbumo.
Especially if you look at where, I mean,
his
he's
scoring's
second
great.
to Semenyo
Yeah.
in fantasy scoring. He's got 4, 12, 10, and 3. Like, that's not bad.
Ismail Assar. I think
He's also 6'6".
Sar's ownership would be a lot higher. That's like the
red
most.
triangle.
What's like the worst timing for a hamstring injury ever when they're about to.
He's out
They
for
were about to
another
play
couple of weeks too.
Sunderland.
So
Yeah.
Did I buy the wrong SAR? I'm kidding.
No, it's just I'm just saying like
probably, but I have him, but I still
the
own
other
him.
one's hurt though. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying like pick a stat and look down through the list and there's only a few like Brian Mbumo would be a no-brainer choice if he
Still
had
played
gotten
for Brentford.
if he had gotten probably if he had gotten anything so far, which I think he has did he have a goal?
I
Did
don't
he
even know-
score once?
I don't even know if he has that.
Like such a even now, just statistically,
Yeah, he scored against Burnley.
excellent.
He scored against Burnley.
And not really that big of a consideration for people as far as transfers in. He barely cracks the top 20. I think he's 16th or something for transfers in this game week.
But
why?
he's all
because
over.
why? Because why would you bring him in? And then you look down through the list of other midfielders. After Semenyo, the drop-off is steep, but Caicedo, it's Chelsea. It's Caicedo, Palmer, and Enzo.
Yeah.
3 of the top 6 transfers in for midfielders.
Well, and Enzo and Caicedo are both cheap, and they're both at
Right.
They're second and third behind Semenyo in midfielder scoring.
Right. And then you see them play a really good team today, and they get smoked. They're about to play at Manchester United, probably fine.
I don't know. I mean, no, probably fine is correct. I mean, United seems to be a dumpster fire. So
They're
probably fine.
they're home to Brighton after that, which that I think produces that has the most goals of all time. Last time they played, it was Cole Palmer's. That was his.
Was that quarter pounder?
Yeah, it was his quarter pounder. Then they're home to Liverpool, and then they're at Nottingham Forest. So I guess, are you nervous about Chelsea?
No, not really.
Right. So, but are
Not
they
from
gonna?
a point standpoint. It's not about winning, right? Are they going to win all those games? Probably not. But are there guys that can score points, going to score points? Probably.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Liverpool, so it's still a red matchup for them on paper, but Liverpool defensively, I don't know, doesn't really scare you.
No,
So-
not now. Not
Right.
now.
So that's why I'm saying, you could buy, I see why you could buy any, but that's 3. You could make a case for all 3 of those guys, depending on what your midfield setup is.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Grealish, 4th most transferred in. I personally am not pumped about buying him this week,
No.
but after that, in 2 weeks or whatever, yeah, sure. He wouldn't be the move that I would make this time.
I know, well, we say that, but Liverpool's leaked goals every single game, except for Burnley.
I guess what I'm looking at
So
is
that's 3 out of 4 they leaked goals, and they were down to Bournemouth 2-0. They were up. I'm sorry. They were up on Bournemouth 2-0. They were up on Newcastle 2-0. In both matches, they allowed goals after that.
You're forgetting one.
Yeah.
The Arsenal game.
We didn't leak any goals on that one.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
So
that's very true.
two,
In my
two out of
face.
4 games. In
In
2 out of
my
4 games,
face.
we've held a clean sheet in difficult circumstances. So
I get why
just throwing that out there.
Simons is the 5th most transferred in. I understand that one because he looks very good. He and
does.
Kudus both played extremely well.
I should know. What's his price?
He's 7-0. He'll
Huh.
probably be 7-1, I would guess, because it's nearing 200,000 transfers, and he's only 2%, 2.6% selected for assignment. for some reason, to a brace from Zubamendi, and everybody's rushing to transfer him in, which I really don't understand that one at all.
I mean, it's good, but I don't get.
By the way, if you're looking for Simons in FPL, look for Xavi with an X.
I get that one a little bit, but do you feel like you need to bring him in for Manchester City?
He when he played for Palace, he loved to score against City.
Gakpo barely inside the top 10 for transfers in. I'm a little confused by that
Sketchy.
one.
Not for this week, only because they're away to Everton, and that fixture, if people are being smart, typically at Everton is a lower scoring fixture.
Then Kudus.
Is that fair, Travis?
And he's also had two matches where he's been not on fire. Not bad, but not on fire.
You could talk me into Kudus. I can see it.
I just think Kudus is all spark no bang. Like he's exciting. He's fun to watch. He passes the eye test, but he just doesn't have any end product.
North London Doku.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's exactly
but Doku,
fair. I prefer to watch
Doku,
Kudus.
As I would have it thrown right back in my face that Doku was really, really good against Manchester United.
United's garbage.
Reinders, people still
buying him.
Not that much. More people are selling, but Reinders actually has the numbers. I would say, like you, because
he should have scored against United,
right? So that's why I'm saying, and you would say you could make the case for a minute that Declan Rice. You'd say, well, why not Declan Rice? Because it's in the range. It's not exact same prices,
right?
Reinders has outscored him for less money, and is. Do you want to take a guess how many chances created Reinders and Declan Rice have?
Oh, geez.
Reinders more or same?
They've both created 4 chances each. They're both on some set pieces. Declan's on more, but Reinders takes some corners. So 4 chances created each. Each of them have created 0 big chances for the season. Reinders is still 0.8 less. And I just feel like he's playing 90 minutes every game, and I could see if you were trying to free up money and you're like, I'm desperate for 0.6 or whatever, the difference between him and Sarr or him and Dewsbury Hall or whatever, and I'm like, I need that money and got to downgrade someone, I suppose, but I'm like, don't feel like I need to get him out of my team. I'm just saying, like, you have to go really far down the list before you're like, I don't know if I'm going to do that. And that's why I'm saying all the numbers favor Bumo, and there he is at like 20th most or 22nd or whatever transfers in. And then right below him, Dave, the guy who could put himself back on the radar real fast is Phil Foden.
Yes.
Who looked real good.
I agree.
This week.
I don't know about United, how much of a litmus test that becomes.
The fact that he started, I think, should be something.
Yeah,
Foden, I don't think has hardly started
a match, scored
in a long time.
DEFCON, got the defensive contribution points.
Wow.
Plus bonus.
Wow.
Real good week for Phil Foden. But yeah, obviously people not.
I still understand how he goes from no minutes, 15 minutes, no minutes to 90 minutes.
Well, that's Pep.
That's Pep. Just one.
That's too many players.
That's just one. That is too many players.
Players.
That's just midfield. We don't even have time to go back through. You could do the same thing for the first at least 15 defenders.
Yeah.
And we just did the same thing with at least 6 or 7 forwards.
Yeah.
It's not just that there are too many ways to play. There are a lot of ways to play the game. It's just gotten to the point where it's like there's a lot that you could be tucked into and not a lot that's all that compelling.
So are you just gonna complain about everything?
Yes,
because when there's too many players, too many choices, it's complain. When there's a template team and there are no choices because you have to choose the template.
I hate that.
You complain. Brian,
where are the chips?
Are you ever gonna be happy?
Not until there's chips.
I gave you chips.
Well, I gave you more chips.
Is it fair to say, hot take
1
here,
ounce? Jeez.
that
I gave you 1 ounce of chips.
It's not enough.
is it fair to say that early in the season, Brian, before when we briefly discussed this before the pod, that it is because we only have a limited amount of statistical numbers that's been played, you have to go with your eye a little bit more and your gut a little bit more. Yes, you can use historical references, but until you continue to develop, week 8, 9, 10, now all of a sudden we have a good group of games, a good group of stats where we can then start basing fantasy decisions on some of those. And look, I think we've always said you gotta have a mix. You gotta have a mix of statistical information and kind of gut sometimes.
Yeah.
And you gotta be willing to take a risk.
Well, and then you could easily find. I've seen advocates for big at the back again. There's who was it? Oh, it was FPL Jono. Which at most of these it's some guy. But FPL Jono.
I love it.
I like that he said it though. I mean, I'm glad that FPL accounts are a lot of fun, whatever. He just said, I'm looking at these FPL midfielders. Honestly, there's not an obvious 3 players that you could choose. 5-2-3 looking like the most reliable formation currently based on the first 4 game weeks.
It might be true.
And that's why I think that's part of the other bit of the problem is that the formation, if you hedged heavy towards Spurs at the back, you're feeling great for the most part right now, especially if you went Vicario, Van de Ven, Romero. You are loving it. But that doesn't mean that you need to do that. I don't really feel like I need to go that way.
I have Vicario and Van de Ven.
Right.
Most people
I don't have Romero.
But like even for me, like the wild card, like that was, I don't know how people feel about FPL Olympian. I feel like that's mostly negative, but whatever. He was one that I saw this week that talked about not using a wild card because
it's just not good matchups.
Matchups, if you're putting a lot of the top teams are playing each other or whatever, like the matchups are just less good. And fixtures are better for wild card game week 6. But you activated.
I did.
And you moved in
Activated
Caicedo,
what?
Enzo, and Palmer in your midfield.
You activated wild card?
I did.
Like right now, you're currently on it?
I'm on it currently. I was on it before we started, but yeah.
Did you? How did you feel about too many players?
I felt like I didn't make any changes to my team. Like it was fine.
Yeah.
Like I knew what I wanted to do. I made the
if
modifications, and
right.
It just is what it is.
I had no idea you were wild carding right now.
All
right.
I didn't share that freely.
You should have. That should have been a item on the board there.
Who was
I got night moves and captains.
Who was your goalkeeper?
I have Vicario and Pickford now. I've been riding Pickford.
You had Pickford and
Sells.
Sells does not survive the wild card.
No, Sells does not.
If I was wild carding, I don't know that Robert Sanchez would survive the wild card.
Right.
Dubravka would.
Yeah.
I don't want to drag goalkeepers back into this because we did a little bit. I did it too much last week. But Rofes, that's another.
Yeah.
That's another. Like
interesting.
I don't
Continues to survive.
I don't hate the strategy. If you were going to do it that way,
he's facing so many shots.
Spending 8.5 on your goalkeepers and just go with Rofes and Dubravka, you get this. To this point almost
8, 1, 8, 10.
Yeah, he's crushing.
I'm not saying it's against the stiffest competition.
No,
it's West Ham, Burnley, Brentford, and Crystal Palace.
He's still got to play Wolves. He's got another big score coming.
But upcoming this week, they're home to Villa. What's Villa going to do? Score?
Well, this is the most. This
and then
might be the most.
Forest.
This might be the most consequential form versus fixture match of. Well, definitely of the early part of the season. This particular Aston Villa playing against a target team.
Yeah.
Newly
In quotes.
promoted.
I think
quotes,
Sunderland.
it's what's the old Brian quote? This is the thing that unclogs the Ollie Watkins toilet.
Yeah.
This could very well be it.
Not going to happen.
Well,
Who wants to bet that?
we'll see.
We'll
Ollie
find out.
Watkins mad.
This is a Xhaka-led
He scored.
Sunderland.
He scored his penalty in the penalty shootout. He's on fire, man.
Okay.
No, but even like the goalkeepers, I'm not sure which way I would go between Vicario. Donnarumma is the second most transferred in for goalkeepers.
It's just on his name.
I understand that, but I don't know that I would be doing that.
City's defense is garbage.
You're struggling a little
Donnarumma
bit. Donnarumma's going to face a lot of shots, though, which I think is actually
he'll probably
good.
have a lot of saves.
Yeah, I
So
do
what?
think that's
great.
reasonable.
Arsenal are going to hang
5.5. That's too
Arsenal are going to hang
It's
a
too
3
big,
spot on him this
100%, yes.
weekend.
Arsenal.
Arsenal's going to hang 3 on him.
This is
3-0.
where you need to make a bet.
3-0
You need
this
to bet.
weekend.
I'm on so many bets
say
already.
that this final score of Manchester City Arsenal will not be 3-0 Arsenal.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
so dumb.
Okay.
This is a shoe. This is an easy bet for you.
Oh, is it so easy? I don't think City scores, and I do think Arsenal scores, and I think it's at least it might be 4.
Now that's a bet you got to take. I can't believe you're not jumping on this.
I wasn't even paying attention. I was looking at our
my
bets to
gosh.
see if there's any that need to get called in.
Rea's the third most transferred in for goalkeepers.
Right.
Totally understandable. Dubravka, fourth most. Totally understandable. Rofes, fifth most transferred in. I get it. Look at the points. Look at the price.
He's got three good matchups coming up.
Why not?
Why not? Go
You
with
could
Rofes.
spend 8.5 on your goalkeepers with Dubravka and Rofes.
And
And it's-
probably be fine.
And it probably would be fine.
Yeah.
Nick Pope is the first one where you're kind of like, I don't know how much I want to invest in the Newcastle goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Allison is after Pope. I don't know why anybody's
That
buying
makes no
Allison.
sense.
All right. Let's stop talking
All right.
goalkeepers. Travis, go back to your wild card. You have Dubravka and you have Vicario.
He went Vicario Pickford, which
That's
might be
right.
the only person in FPL who has that goalkeeper
I love
combination.
that. I love that. Go crazy.
I need City to beat Arsenal in order to win the bet with Dave, by the way.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
Anyways, sorry.
It's not happening.
What were we talking
What,
about?
All right,
what
your
do you
wild
need to have
card.
happen?
That guy, I'm benching him. I am benching him
What
on
do you
the
need to
end
have
of my
happen?
bench. I
No.
want everyone to know, and I'm sure I'll be wrong, but Holland is not starting in my team. He will be at the end of my bench. No way he's coming in, period.
no.
That's where I want him this weekend as Arsenal play City on Sunday. Travis, your wild card. Let's dive back into that quickly.
Yeah, so Pickford Vicario. I moved on from Gabriel, saved some money going to Timber.
Okay.
I had Cucurella, kept him.
Okay.
I moved from Munoz to Gahey.
Yep.
Save a little bit of money.
I like that move.
I already had Van de Ven from the very beginning, so I kept him.
And you keep his price rise as well.
Correct. And then I
That's
didn't
a strong
need to,
defense.
I didn't need to save any money, but I figured it'd be nice to grab a 4.0, so I grabbed Joe Roden as a 4.0. I have some money still in the bank, so I could upgrade that if I wanted to, pretty significantly if I wanted to. Midfield, I had Semenyo already from last week.
Keep the price rise.
I had Gakpo again. Keep the price rise.
Yep.
I had Reinders. Keep the price rise.
You still have him.
I left him in there again because I mean, looking at Reinders, one, his price is just too good to be true, and two, he missed an absolute golden chance on the weekend. I think he's going to keep getting those, and so he's going to pop them
If
in.
he played Manchester United every week, yes.
As a
Not
fifth
this week.
midfielder, I don't think that's a bad choice. It's an
this week,
expensive fifth midfielder, but I think it's a good one.
I say Reinders does not get a red
just
card
stop.
against Arsenal this
All right,
week.
so Semenyo, Gakpo, Reinders remained in my team, as did I kept Ismail Assar. That was before I knew he was going to be out for another couple weeks.
So you can change
So
that.
I can change that.
What's his price?
I might 6'5".
Okay.
So it's up
plenty
there.
good. That's
And then
plenty
I actually grabbed Caicedo. I did grab Caicedo.
Okay.
And then my forward line.
Real quickly, why him over Enzo? Even though Enzo
It was
a little
money.
bit more offensive.
It was money. If I move,
Okay.
if I move Sar, I can get to Enzo.
Okay.
But it ended up being.
But I don't
money.
know if it's worth it.
I don't think so. I really just didn't think it was. I mean, there are some numbers that Brian talked about that did make it seem like it's probably worth it, but I'm going to sit on it. Not a huge deal. And then all of that really came down to getting to the point where
You have Holland.
I could get
must have
Holland into the
right?
team.
Okay.
So I moved to Pedro, who I did not have. So
Oh.
Wood to Pedro.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Watkins to Holland.
Love it.
And then I can't remember who my other forward was, but Gyökeres.
Okay.
I brought Gyökeres in because I had the money for him, and I didn't have enough Arsenal, and if anybody's going to score, it's probably him, especially since he's on penalties. So with the way that they flop, I mean, he's going to get opportunities.
No, that's fair. That's true. No, I love that.
It's a good group, and I still have 0.8 in the bank, which is kind of a lot.
So this week I'm interested. You going to start Gyökeres this week and or Holland?
Yes and yes.
You're going to start both?
No, why not?
Interesting.
Why not? I mean, you got to remember also. I've got, Sar, who's a dead player for the week,
Okay.
right? And
Well, you still can make a transfer and not have Sarr in your team.
yeah,
Why not Szoboszlai?
I actually thought about moving to Szoboszlai, but he's a little expensive.
What,
And
6.5? Too much.
Because
too
what I
rich,
was-
rich of blood for your taste.
what I was thinking was trying to find a way to finagle to try and get Cole Palmer back in.
Yeah, I was just about to
And
ask.
I could probably make it work, and so I'm if I do end up making moves, it'll likely be to fit him in. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to sit on it and call it a day.
Okay, you get Palmer in that team. That's a really strong team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to make some modifications in order to make that work.
I feel like,
yeah.
I think everyone in the next couple of weeks is going to be like, holy crap, how do I get Cole Palmer into my team?
Yeah, I am actually thinking that's kind of the way that it's probably going to go.
I'm feel nervous about that now, and
Yeah.
I literally earlier tonight was like looking at my squad and like, oh god, what am I going to have to do to get Palmer
Yeah.
in? I have to take another hit next week, possible.
Well, I do have
Is it AFCON yet? I mean,
Yeah, right. I have Timber on the bench. Just so you know, I just wanted to be clear about that. I'm going to take
Really?
Gahey at West Ham over Timber at City. Cucurella is against United, and Van de Ven is on fire against Brighton.
Yep.
Why not?
Yep.
And I'd like to start all three of my strikers.
Yeah.
I've got the captain
Okay.
on Pedro.
Whoa, that's bold.
I like that. Actually, It's not bold.
It was
Against a
short.
dumpster fire
It was a
at United.
short-lived first place.
You have Cole
I wanna
Palmer in
move
your
back
team,
up.
and you're captaining Joao Pedro.
He doesn't have.
I
him
don't
yet. He doesn't have.
I do
him
not
yet.
currently.
I wasn't listening. No, I did. I know he didn't. I heard what he said.
All right. What's up? You making moves, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, I've even just looking through the names. I mean, I could lose. Let's see. I said Robert Sanchez. I could move on from Porro. I have Nico Williams. I could move on from him. Definitely like Salah is a variable, but I don't love getting rid of him, despite whatever you say, Dave.
How many transfers do you have this week, too?
I could definitely move on from Brennan Johnson. I could definitely move on from Jorginho Rutter.
Your team sucks, dude.
Oh, it's awful. That's what I'm saying. It's awful.
You have a lot of
Take
problems.
risks.
Why are you not
did.
wildcarding?
Why are you not wildcarding?
Yeah, why are you
took a
not
hit.
wildcarding? You have way too many issues right now.
I took a hit, and part of it is
Make
that
the hit go away and wildcard.
I'm just telling you that even this week, like it's still Spurs players who.
Yeah.
So you're playing Spurs.
But the issue
I'm
is you
saying-
have so many guys that it's not about the matchups. It's the fact that the guys that you have are not gonna just turn it around and give you points.
They might. That's the hope.
Ruder is just gonna magically start playing and scoring.
What's hilarious is even last week, I ended up above average.
Did you really?
So-
What was your
Yeah.
points?
I finished with 66.
It was Van de Ven and
Yeah.
did you have Romero too or no?
Travis, you and I think
No.
both had 67 last
Something
week.
like that.
I think.
Right. So I'm
we
like,
were all around the same spot.
right. My
Everybody.
score was okay.
Interesting.
And that's like even I had Captain Salah.
Oh,
I-
that saved you. That's good. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
All right.
Like absolutely bailed
Just bail
out
out,
again for sure. And so
okay.
ridiculous.
Hey, no, that's good. That goes to show just how important the captain pick is.
red arrows across the board. Like
Well, and you had Semenyo too.
Yeah.
Semenyo had what 13, and you
Yeah.
traded you transferred him from Cole Palmer, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean that
And
was
Palmer only had like.
but that was
what,
assuming
six, 7
his
points?
injury. It was assuming that he wasn't even going to make the
Yeah, but
bench.
still, that was a good transfer because you doubled Palmer's take.
I did take a hit, but it was to get a clean sheet. I brought in a Crystal Pie. I brought in Munoz.
Interesting.
So I sold Esteve from Burnley to
He
bring
actually
in
looks
to
pretty
play
good, truthfully.
Munoz.
He looks the piece.
No, it's not. I mean, it wasn't. It was purely to get in on someone from the Crystal Palace defense. Could have been any of those guys. Honestly, it could have been Chris Richards. I would not be mad about any of the Crystal
Why
Palace.
not Gahey?
backline.
He's the cheapest out of all of them, and he's
Not
scoring.
anymore.
Who's
Chris Richards is now.
Is he now?
Yep.
Interesting.
No, it was it was the allure of the attacking defender.
No, that's where I was. So I hear it.
No, but I'm saying like I could go through the team and it is definitely the entire front line. Although like I still like this is it. If Watkins doesn't do anything, like he'd have to get a return. And I think even if he gets a return, I just don't know if that's going to be enough. But the
worst thing that could happen for you is him get a return, and then you're going to think about maybe he's turning it around.
It's Sunderland, Fulham, Burnley in the next 3
I know.
for Aston Villa.
I know.
No, I'm just saying.
I came so close to holding on to Ollie Watkins because of exactly that. The lure of those fixtures is just like headlights
Blinding.
coming at me.
Yeah.
I want it so bad, but it's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
It could be horrible. It's likely to be horrible. But I mean, look,
You'll be the only one on it. At least there's that.
what I'm saying is
It's true.
everything with every season, no matter what, it's form follows fixtures. It has always been that.
Yeah.
It has never not been like go get that guy because like, hey, he's doing terrible, but
His fixtures
but
are
he's
great.
but he's actually good in real life, but he's about to play the hardest schedule in the world. Like you're never going after that guy, almost
Sure.
no matter how
There's
good
very
they're
few
doing.
fixture-proof guys. Yeah.
So like, I'm just saying, like I see how dismal it is, but
You're
this was-
willing to hang in there.
This was the 1 week where I'm like, I don't hate it. I can
okay.
make one move this week. I'm just not sure what it is. Brennan Johnson's probably the one guy where I'm like, I don't think he can be there. But I'm just not sure where to go with it.
I know. I get it. I
What's-
set him
and-
up the river.
And so you're done. You're all taken care of.
Yep.
Who you captaining?
Oh,
You didn't say who you're going to
I
captain.
do not know because I'm benching Holland. I might captain Cucurella, and/or I might captain. I might captain Semenyo.
Okay. Home to Newcastle.
Home to Newcastle.
That's a little sketchy. But they'll be on a Champions League hangover of sorts.
They go Thursday, Sunday. So I
Could
think
be.
I think that game's Sunday. If only there was a way. I'm surely they're not going Thursday, Saturday. Yes. Yes, it's an early game Sunday. Yep. So that's still a quick turnaround. I mean, they get 2 days rest, but it's still, for most of the time, Champions League standards, that's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, and somebody's bound to get injured.
Very possibly.
Interesting.
All right.
Who are you captaining? You didn't
It's
say.
still
It's Salah.
It's just left over on Salah.
It's
You're
because
not
you're
changing
chicken. You're
based
chicken,
on who I've got in my team
you're
now.
chicken to not captain Salah.
I
It'll be
probably
Reuter.
would if I wanted to go crazy. I would captain Ollie Watkins.
Wow, that would be bold. That would be
I
bold.
dare you.
That would be bold.
I am a little nervous. I wonder what I don't know if Nottingham Forest has as good of a matchup as anybody this week.
At Burnley.
They're just
Seems
in
like
no
it. Is
man's
Burnley
land,
going to
though.
show up? I was looking at that. So currently I have Chris Wood and Nico Williams in my starting lineup, and I'm like, what am I doing? But I don't want to start Tarkowski again at Liverpool.
For
Why
what
not?
it's worth, Burnley has the worst.
Because Liverpool will probably score.
Burnley has the worst
He'll probably get
XG.
sent off finally.
XG against home and away overall. Burnley is pretty far and away the worst defense by XG so far this season. 9.81 XG against. Next worst is Aston Villa at 7.8.
So Chris Wood's a good start this week.
Could be.
I
but
don't know.
That's it's
It's
exactly it. No one knows.
That is exactly
No
it.
one
also,
knows.
I think
When they start clicking, maybe, but
yeah. It's objectively as good of a matchup. Not just Burnley's XG4 is also terrible. So this is on paper
that's
as good of a
because they
matchup.
just stand in their freaking box,
I
man.
know. It's as good of a matchup as you can get for Burnley attack and Burnley defense. For
Forest attack.
Nottingham
and
Forest attack
defense.
and defense at the worst possible time to have the Nottingham Forest attack and defense. This is kind of the same for Aston Villa.
Oh my gosh.
This is such a dumb week in all phases. You either take if it's a wild card active, it's buying all of the players that I'd have to play looking ahead to week 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever down the line. And the matchups this week on paper are all bad for the people that you would want to bring in for the weeks following this week.
Yeah. All right. Well, gentlemen, anything else? Last parting words?
No. Literally nothing.
All right. Well, I cannot wait to watch Arsenal this weekend thump Manchester City.
Not gonna happen.
Not 3-0.
3-0.
Not 3-0.
And I cannot wait for Everton to somehow sniff out they're going to be leading 1-0. And in the 95th minute, Liverpool will score 2 goals to win the game at Everton.
They'll put one in the net, but they'll count it as 2.
I cannot
because
wait.
they're that lucky.
This is the last Merseyside derby at Everton's.
Nope. This is the first one.
Oh, no. Are they in the new stadium?
They're in the new one.
In my face.
You're a year late, man.
Wow. There we go.
That's why the last one was such a big deal.
You're right. Well, this is the first one. So we
Why
went
they
last
celebrated
one,
the
last one first.
tying goal.
Liverpool
like
wants
it
to
was-
walk out of there hanging a red flag on say this is our house. That's what they want to do.
Sure.
All right. Well, that's enough nonsense for tonight. For the FPL America podcast, this is David Smith. Till next time.